This is a computer from 1960. And like today's education system, they were bulky, inaccessible, and well, not very personal.
How the hell do you do this?
And anyone who wanted to use them had to put the computers together, and then they would make these very bespoke things.
But the idea that kickstarted the personal computing revolution was the invention of the standard operating system.
Hello, I am Macintosh.
And now all of a sudden, it became much easier for people to use the power of computing.
In fact, it changed the world.
We're going into a similar period now with education.
This is Sal Khan, founder of Khan Academy, a free online education platform that already provides individualized learning for over 150 million students worldwide. But now Sal's looking to revolutionize education again.
What if you could give every school in America a software update that can up-level what they do in a very dramatic way, introduce more personalization, more mastery, more rigor? I think the power of generative AI is our best shot at getting there. Our mission is free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. This is a time to swing for the fences.
This is Stand Together Presents. Stories, ideas, and advice from changemakers tackling our biggest challenges.
Education nonprofit
Khan Academy
have become a teaching sensation.
Khan Academy is personalization, that mastery learning through things like on-demand video, personalized practice, tools for parents and teachers. There's been 50 plus efficacy studies on Khan Academy, and all of them say essentially the same narrative, that if students are able to practice on Khan Academy at their own pace, these students are growing 30, 40, 50% faster than they would have otherwise.
But as much as Khan Academy has grown, Sal says there are many schools where kids aren't benefiting from this kind of personalization.
Right now, a majority of schools don't offer some of the courses that most of us would take for granted. And when they do, they're watered down and they don't allow for real personalization and mastery. There are kids in our inner city, there are kids in rural America who are not able to tap into their potential because the resources aren't in their community.
One of the reasons Sal's idea has educators excited is it solves for a really difficult question. How do you scale something like individualized education?
Before, if you wanted to put together a school or curriculum, good luck. You were reading catalogs, putting stuff together, writing stuff down, and then all that work that you did, it's not going to be really portable to someone else's school. What we're hoping to do with Khan Academy is productize individualized education the same way that an operating system is. Let's make it so that it's very easy for everyone to use it and it's portable.
So if schools were powered by Khan Academy, what would that actually look like?
In the next 5 years, I think we can make every core academic subject from pre-K through the core of college available at a world-class level to every kid in America. And not only do that, but offer it in a way that supports personalization, mastery learning. Then if you go beyond traditional schools, you go to, say, a parent who wants to homeschool or micro schools or anyone anywhere, they can go to Khan Academy. It's accessible from every device they have, including their cell phones, and you don't have to reinvent everything.
And Sal's vision of having an operating system goes beyond just providing individualized courses. It also bundles with new technology like AI, which Khan Academy has recently introduced in a tool Sal calls Khanmigo.
And now what AI allows us to do is scale to anyone, anywhere. It's a Socratic tutor. So if a student says, tell me the answer, it'll say, I'm not gonna tell you the answer, but how would you approach this? What do you think the next step is? It can simulate historic characters. It can emulate literary figures. Students can get into debates with the AI where the students take one side, the AI will take the other side, and then give the student feedback on that. But it's also going to be able to motivate them. When they get a question wrong, the AI will say, hey, this isn't a big deal. When you get questions wrong, this is actually when your brain grows the most. This is a moment to reflect and then to be resilient and to move forward. It's helping students' self-esteem and their ability to believe that they can tackle the material because they feel supported now. Teachers are going to be able to work with Khanmigo to create assignments, and then Khanmigo will give the student feedback and then be able to report back to the teacher not just the final output of their assignment, but frankly, the whole process in a way that honestly would have looked like science fiction a few years ago. And if teachers can save 5-10 hours a week with lesson plans and grading because of AI, that's more energy for themselves. And we know we have a teacher shortage, we have a burnout issue, and just as important, it's more energy for them to be student-facing and to support their students even more.
In the next 5 years, Khan Academy could support individualized education for over 1 billion students. Sal says more personalized learning could lead us into the next era of human progress.
As we're able to build out the content on Khan Academy, as we're able to add layers of things like artificial intelligence, we think we can increase our impact by at least a factor of 10, and probably increase our reach by a factor of 10. So we could be talking about a social benefit to cost ratio that's 10,000 to 1, 100,000 to 1. But if you put it in other terms, I mean, imagine a world where literally anyone on the planet has access to the best education. This isn't a nice to have. This is a must have.
Stand Together partners with changemakers tackling our biggest challenges. To see more stories, follow our channels. And to learn more about how you can partner with us, go to standtogether.org.